Hello, welcome to my channel. This is Those Yarn Rabbits. I'm Barbara. So welcome to family, welcome to friends, welcome to all the strangers of YouTube who I hope will one day become friends, fast friends with me as you go through my videos and see what I have to show you. First and foremost, the name Those Yarn Rabbits came from back in 2014. I bought my first Angora rabbit by the name of Dijonnaise. We called her Dijon, like the mustard. She was a brown rabbit. They call it a chocolate tort. So she had a dark chocolate brown face and a lighter chocolate brown back and paws. She was a beautiful rabbit, very, very good doe to the litters that she gave to us. But she was my first introduction into raising rabbits, and specifically Angora rabbits. I have in my lap here an Angora rabbit. This is the last one I have. This is Lola. She's a little black and white one. She's got a nice clean face, meaning you can actually see her face. On some Angora breeds, when they're in full coat, their wool is so fluffy and so long that you can't even see their faces and their eyes. I have no idea how they find anything or how they eat, but I don't get those. I don't have those kind of rabbits. Those tend to mat a little bit more than the French Angoras. The French Angoras are probably some of the simplest and easiest rabbits to breed for Angora. And the Angora that we get is off their back here. About every 3 to 4 months, I'm going to harvest everything off her back and her sides, and then decide which is going to be the best quality wool that I can use to spin into yarn. Whether I do that just with the Angora or whether I spin it with silk or wool or some other type of fiber to create unique blends. The fiber dyes really nice, and it is at least 7 times warmer than wool, which is incredible when you think about how warm wool is, and Angora is even warmer. So a little goes a real long way when it comes to wearing Angora in your accessories or your sweaters. I have knit a sweater, a full cardigan sweater. It has cables. It's beautiful. It was half Angora and half wool, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But the only time I can handle wearing it is when it's like 0 degrees or below or single digits. It's just, I get so hot in it. So it's nice to have, but it's use is limited. So it was a learning lesson for me that I used way too much Angora in that fiber. A little bit about me. I'm coming to you from the Midwest of the United States of America. Indiana is the state where I was born, and I've been living here my entire life. My husband, that I've been married to for 13 years now. Can't believe it's been 13 years. It's gone so fast. When you're happy and you've got a good relationship, man, time just flies. Anyways, Joe is from Tennessee, from Memphis. So he brought up his 6 kids when we met, and I have my 3 kids. So between the 2 of us, with our blended family, we have 9 children. We're both Catholic. We're both annulled from our past marriages. That was very important when we first met. Our faith is first and foremost very important to both of us. And so getting annulled and being allowed us to be able to marry in the Catholic Church, because once we found each other, we knew that we had found who we'd been looking for our whole lives. And when you're with the right person, it really makes a huge difference. So, like I said, we married in 2010, and within a year of that marriage, we got our first grandchild. So some couples get married and within a year they have a baby, like our daughter that just got married 2022. So yeah, 2022, October of 2022. They got married and they just had their first son last year. So we welcomed him to our family. He's our 4th grandchild since 2011. And we're very, very happy to have all these grandchildren to love and to spoil and to welcome to our family. We are going to be having another son-in-law join us later this year when another one of our daughters is married. We have 5 daughters and 4 sons, so it's a lot to keep track of. It's a lot of weddings in the future. At least we hope so. That's what we want. That and grandbabies. Like I said, with regards to the rabbits, Lola is my last rabbit that I have right now. I kind of stopped breeding the rabbits for a while when I went back to work full time a few years ago. since 2020, my employment status has been, well, it's not my, none of the jobs I've had since 2020 are career track kind of jobs. They've just been jobs to fill some time and to have some paychecks coming in, which is unfortunate. My background is in mental health. I went to college for music therapy. So I am a trained music therapist, and I worked for a very long time in the mental health field, working with adults and with kids. Most of it was case management. Some of it was job coaching, clubhouse counseling kind of stuff, day treatment, group counseling, group activities, community activities, lots of things like that. I did switch gears for a while and became a campus minister at a local high school. So I was doing lots of youth ministry types of things. That was a great job. For one, the hours were wonderful. It coincided with the hours that all my children were in school. And it was just a great job for creativity and freedom and using our faith to, our Catholic faith, to connect with each other, connect with family, connect with the teenagers as far as who they were starting to learn who to be and what they wanted to do with their lives. It was a great job until it wasn't, which happens. It's okay. I got a lot of good years and I got a lot of good experiences out of that. But I became a stay-at-home mom for a number of years after that and absolutely loved it. I thought I'd be off work for about 6 months. I was off work for 6.5 years before I went back and tried mental health again, because that was my first love straight out of school. I tell you, mental health has changed, completely changed. The whole thrust of and focus and mindset, at least my experience, from when I first graduated from college to this last job that I took in 2017, whoo doggy, mental health's been hijacked. And y'all know what I'm talking about, going that strange direction that's kind of taken this whole country down. Don't really want to get into that right now. But I do love mental health. I do think it's very important for each and every one of us to keep our lives healthy and to really focus on making sure that our relationships are healthy and that our communication styles, that we understand how we communicate, we understand how other people communicate, and that we can, work together to make this world a better place, because there's far too many people who want to make this world a worse place. Okay, so I wasn't planning on going down that road, so let's get back to the rabbits, because, that's look how cute she is. She's so cute. You're so cute, and you're so good. And she's so hot. When she sits on my lap for a while, she's really hot. I don't know if you can see on my sweater, she's really shedding really bad. I did recently harvest her wool, but it looks like she needs to be groomed again and have a little more wool taken off. When my husband and I first married back in 2010, we both knew that we were like-minded people. We are both creative in very different ways. I love anything to do with fiber. I've knitted I've been a knitter ever since I was a teenager. Knitting? Yeah, that's the term. I've been a knitter since I was a teenager, so I've been knitting most of my adult life. I do other types of crafts with yarn. I do crochet. I'm not as good at crochet. I seem to be doing a lot of that lately, and I'm not sure why. I just like the patterns and how quick they seem to go. And this also gives me a change from the muscles, giving me a different way of working with my hands. I've had my share of quilt making. I've done cross stitch. I've done embroidery work. I've done crewel work. I've done a lot of different things. I even dabbled in jewelry making for a while and making my own paper beads, which was very, very fun. But my husband, he's very creative too, and so he does a lot of things with carving and turning and using his 3D printer to make some really amazing things. So we, all these things that we would make together, or side by side, I guess we didn't make anything together. We would sell at farmers markets, craft shows, started going to yarn shows. At some point when I was a stay-at-home mom, I got into making my own soaps and lotions. I've even done candles. So I have a pretty big supply of some soy wax flakes. So I've been making soy candles for a while. Haven't made any lately, and I think I'm going to get back into that this year. And that's another reason why I wanted to do the YouTube channel, is because all these different things that I've been doing for all these years, I could have been sharing with everybody. I could have been sharing my mistakes. I could have been sharing the things that I did well. And I could have been, getting some feedback with you is, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing well? What kinds of things should I do for my upcoming shows? We haven't done a lot of shows since 2020. The whole mask thing just made me, and it gave me I was just in a bad mood all the time. So this year, 2024, I'm going to focus on all the different things that I make and share them with you. See what you think about them. See, what other things could I try and get into? One of the reasons I wanted to do a channel was, besides sharing, was also to encourage others that if you've got an idea, you got an inkling to try something, do it. Don't make excuses. Just do it. Why not? If there's anything that we learned with the whole debacle of 2020, it's that time is short, and spending time doing the things you love, especially with the people you love, that's where life is. That's where the sweet spot with life is spending time with those you love, and also doing the things that bring happiness to yourself and to your family. I'm sorry, there's Lola's fur, her wool is getting up my nose here. So I want to encourage you to try things. I watch all kinds of YouTube channels with regards to fiber arts and crafts, and just to kind of see what they're up to, get some encouragement, maybe get some prodding as far as something new to try. I know I have tried a lot of new knitting patterns based on the different things that other podcasters have posted about, whether they liked the pattern or whether they didn't like the pattern. If I liked it, I was looking it up and I was trying. I was just watching some videos last night, and I was writing down all these different patterns that they were talking about trying and using. It was for, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but she was talking about what to do with scrap yarn. And, I have a lifetime of yarn scraps that I have from various projects that I could easily put into all kinds of different projects. I know I have a blanket called the 10-stitch blanket, where you knit 10 stitches, and it's been a while since I worked on it, but you just make these little tiny blocks, 10 stitches at a time, and then you move on to another area. And I just keep adding different colors and different types of fiber that I have from different projects. And I need to get that out and look at that, because my goal when I started that was to make it to put in my living room, kind of as a reminder of all the different projects that I worked on. And for some reason, I stuck it in a box or a bag, and it just kind of got lost somewhere. Some people call it the PhD projects or the PhD bags, the partially half done bags. I got a lot of those. I know when I moved my craft things from downstairs in the back room, I had back room and a couple closets down there stuffed to the hilt. And I moved it up, all the stuff upstairs. Well, not all, most, probably about 90% of the stuff is up here, but there's still some things downstairs. But I moved it up here into one of our spare rooms as our children were aging and moving out. And I just realized I didn't put my rings on today. Sorry, Joe. Squirrel. Yeah, I'm ADD sometimes. Shoot, what was I talking about? Oh, moving things up here. As I'm archiving things out of those closets, I must have found, this is really bad. I must have found at least 20, if not 30 projects that were either ready to go in a bag with the pattern and the needles and the yarn and everything I needed to do to put them, or they're partially half done. And for whatever reason, I stopped working on them and I just shoved them there. And I remember laying them all out and just like, holy cow, I have a problem. I really have a problem with starting projects and then not finishing them. So that was a couple of years ago. And I have slowly been trying to work through those projects. Well, before I worked through the projects, I went through and as I archived each bag, what is it? Do I still want to work on it? Is it worth it? And which ones am I frogging and getting rid of? And I winnowed it down. I think I got it down to about a dozen. Couple of them I have finished. Can't think of any right now at the top of my head, but I have finished a few of them. And I'll go through those in future videos, and I'll go through that whole issue of too many projects at one time. I do tend to get bored with projects sometimes, or I get frustrated and I need a break and I need to go do something else for a while, which is also another reason why I do different types of crafts as well. My knitting led to spinning, and my spinning led to weaving. So I kind of keep changing all these different things that I like to do. And I'm going to be sharing all those things in all the episodes from here on hence, forthcoming, from now on. I'm going to be sharing the projects I'm working on, the plans I have, the finished objects that I've been working on, and then, other types of interests that I have. One of the things that, I keep saying that, one of the things, don't I? I keep saying that, and I apologize. Getting on YouTube is it's kind of scary. You're kind of putting yourself out there. You kind of feel like a dum-dum sitting here talking to your camera. I'm not really used to that. I can talk a lot. I can talk a long time if I need to. In fact, my husband, has one of the videos I made, was like, how do you have that much to say? I'm like, yeah, I do. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to share. So I will try to keep it short. I will try to keep it more focused as I learn to do these videos more, as I learn to edit. My editing skills are pretty small. I don't have a whole lot of editing experience. So I'm going to be definitely working on that and upping my game and doing a lot of research on that, as well as how to stage the videos and how to tell a good story with the videos. So this first video here, again, it's just a short video. My main goals with the videos, with the channel, is to encourage others, to hopefully uplift others, and to, share my life and my love of my crafts, the homesteading skills that I've been learning the last 10, 15 years with canning and gardening and other things that I've been working on. My husband and I just bought an RV this last year, and so I also want to be able to take you guys with us on our trips to kind of show you, you can craft anywhere. I don't know if I'll take my wheels. I've got 3 spinning wheels. I don't know if I'll take any of them, maybe the smaller one. More than likely, I'll just take spindles. I have a collection of drop spindles and support spindles that I like to work with, and I'll probably take those because those travel well. Weaving, maybe my small loom I might take once in a while if I'm working on something. I don't think I will, though, but you never know. So just, hang on to that one and see where we go with that one. A main goal for both my husband and I, since we are empty nesters now, is to, finally find a way to rid ourselves of this thing called debt. We're all got debt, all of us, houses, cars, credit card bills, everything. We've got 9 kids, so we're always having an expense of some sort, which is understandable, and I'm not complaining about that at all. I love our kids. I love each and every one of them. And there's nothing I wouldn't do for any one of our kids. But my husband and I want to have a different type of lifestyle than we've had living here in this house with our kids. We want to get out and get in that RV and be able to go off and do some adventures. And we're going to take you with us. We are trying to figure out where we want to buy land at some point. Originally, when we got married, we wanted to get land and have a homestead and get, cows and chickens. Well, I wanted cows. He didn't want cows, but chickens and ducks and rabbits and alpacas, honey, donkeys, all kinds of different animals, and have a very, what's the term, sustainable lifestyle, that we grow our own food and teach our kids, the good things of hard work. Well, we didn't get there with the kids, while they were here in the house. So now we're just looking for land for us at some point. And I don't know if that'll be part of our RV travels as we go around to different places to see and experience different states, We kind of have an idea of where we want to go in the country. It's just a matter of how we're going to be able to afford that. What are we going to do to earn money, and how are we going to support ourselves? No clear answer. I take things to prayer all the time. I'm always lifting things up and saying, I can't figure this out. God, just help us figure us out, help guide us. That's been a mantra of mine for my whole life, asking for the divine help and the divine intercession. And Joe and I will figure this out together. We love our kids. Our kids are in, I think at last count, 4 or 5 different states, and 1 is out of the country, as far as we know. Last we heard, he was in Lithuania, serving in the Army. So I'm always praying for the Army, and I'm always wearing red on Fridays to support our deployed soldiers. And I hope you do too. So again, thank you very much for spending a little time with me. Please come back. If you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up. Hit that that little like thumb. Share it if it's something you think that other people can benefit from. And consider subscribing. That way you'll know the next time that I put anything up on video, and you won't have to be searching for me. Appreciate it. I hope you all have a great day. And say bye, Lola. Say bye. Bye.